bitches, welcome back to Causing Chaos.
You're here with Emma
and Ebony. We're here to cause chaos,
spill the tea,
and tell you stories
we probably shouldn't be telling,
and get non-drunk.
So Ebony, what's your drink of choice?
I am brew. And you?
Mine is Diet I am brew. I am driving. I don't know why you're not drinking. Like,
because I'm not going to leave you to not.
Aww.
I don't want to get drink myself.
Okay, fair.
So why are we not drinking?
Because I'm driving, guys. I passed my test.
Woo! So busy.
I'm so busy.
She literally bought her car the day after she passed her test. Like,
yeah.
What the fuck?
I don't know. Everyone in my work was like, already? You've got a car already?
Like, how?
I was like, bitch, I'm rich. No, I'm joking. Not anymore. She's in the pub. She's a pub now. She's a pub girl.
So what have you been up to?
Not much. Like, I've actually not been up to much. I've not been drinking really. Like, so there's not really much drama with that.
Wish I could say this name.
The only time that I was drinking was like at an event. Also, guys, see, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry about the way I look. I've not had time to tan. I've been at work. So my legs might be a different colour to my face. If you're an audio listener, you are in luck. I've not drank. The only time that I did drink was a wee event that we went to.
Yeah, we went to, it was actually so nice. We went to an event and we got dinner.
We went to a wee event with Revitalash. It was like a wee dinner. There was loads of people there.
It was lovely. It was actually really cute, and the story behind it and stuff was really cute. That was the first event I've ever been to where it's an actual dinner sit down, like,
yeah,
with loads of people. Like, I've been to an event where it's like they give you food, but like all the influencers are sitting at their own tables. Like, this was one big massive table.
Yeah.
It was really cute.
Did you see anyone there that you thought, oh, that's weird, didn't know I've seen them in real life? No?
Not really.
Neither. I feel like the novelty's weared off now. I did used to get that when I started going to events. I was like, oh my God, I've seen you.
Really? See,
Yeah.
I've never been like that, but I think that's because I've never actually, like, I always say this, like, see, when I like watch YouTubers and stuff, I've never been like that upset, or not obsessed, but like, oh my God, like, I love watching their stuff, blah blah blah. Like,
yeah,
I have never been like that with anyone.
Yeah,
to
you've
be
never
honest.
really been a YouTube girly.
No,
I am a YouTube girly.
Yeah.
Have you ever went to an event and met anyone that you've had a complete expectation of, and then they're completely different? Do you think?
I actually don't think so. See, because I do have that thing where I don't really have expectations. Like, I'm just like, alright, it's just a person to me.
Yeah.
Like, people that have a lot of followers or whatever, like, it's just another person to me. Like, I don't get pure buzzing.
Never like had a person that I've met, like, see, if I met like Jordan Lipscomb or something, I was like, oh my God. There was this one girl, right, that I used to watch on YouTube, and one day she followed me on TikTok, so I was like, alright, okay, she knows who I am, blah blah. Then I went to an event and her friends came up to me and she was like, oh my God, like, I love you. It's so weird seeing you in real life because you're always on my For You page. And then that's when I actually posted. And then, like, I was like, oh yeah. And then the girl that I obviously had watched on YouTube, like, walked by and I went, oh hi, like, because I was like, oh hi, like, I'm going to speak to her. And she went, hi, like that, like,
what the fuck?
Like, hi, as if, why are you talking to me? I was like, who the fuck are you? Like,
what the fuck?
What the
Does she have a
hell?
lot of followers?
No.
Really?
Literally no. But I've met some people that are quite stuck up. Like, I've also went to another bar event and like there's a set menu, so if you guys have never been to an event before, basically sometimes they do a free bar or sometimes they do a set menu
where it's like 4 or 5 drinks and
yeah,
that's
like
all you
4 or
can pick
5
from.
special cocktails.
Yeah.
And I went up and went, can I get this one without this and this in it? And they were like, no, sorry, like, it's set. They obviously must have pre-made the cocktails, which is fine because it was a big event, like, they had to. And she was like, well, I don't like that. And they were like, oh, sorry, like,
no, fucking buy a drink then.
I know that is the cocktail menu. And she was like, but I literally don't like it, so what do you expect? Do you just expect me to drink this? And I was just like, what the fuck?
Like, you've been invited here.
I know.
Fucking buy another drink then, or go away. Like,
I know.
No,
I hate it.
honestly, I think that's like a big thing. Like, see, with influencers, they think that, or even just people that've got like a little fame or whatever, or they've been in like one movie or some shite. They get it. It's in their head. Like, they're like, oh, like, I'm better. Like, you make me that because do you know who I am? Blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's so
like,
embarrassing.
I don't think I'd ever be like that.
No, neither.
If I had like
hundreds of followers.
100
I
million.
know. Do you know? I know, Zabe. Do you know? Like, it's so funny because I've heard like a couple of hearsays like of people saying like to me, or even when we did that fake argument on TikTok and caused a big like scene. Oh, why does she think she's famous when she's from Cumbernauld? She's a scheme bird. And I'm like, when did I ever think I was famous? Like, what if I'm from a scheme? Like, I am from a scheme. I still live in a scheme. Like,
yeah, like what the fuck's wrong with
even
that?
if I was a millionaire, I would have still came from a scheme. So what does it mean?
Like, it's never going to change.
And you know, right? Have you ever had anyone say that they don't like you and like you don't even know them?
Yeah,
because
all the time. All the time.
This girl that went to my school, and my wee sister's friend was like bumped into her, and like she was working somewhere, and she was like, "Oh, do you know like they were talking about what high school they went to," and she was like, "Oh yeah, like." Do you know like Emma, like because she must have been in your year, my friend's sister, and she was like, yeah, I don't like her, and she was my friend in school, so she just now suddenly doesn't like me because I do TikTok. Like, it is so funny, like people just make up like, oh yeah, she used to be mean to me, or
also so the basic, there's like this girl that literally like hardly spoke to her in school, was never pals with her, she knew like she was pals with people that I knew in school and stuff, right? And then I obviously left school, and then when I started social media she became like seriously obsessed, and then she claims she hates me but she still follows me, and there's been so much drama with her like posting me up on Facebook
so
and
there
stuff.
was, I remember that,
like I'm just like, babe, and then she was like, oh, she thinks she's Kim Kardashian. No, you obviously think that. You think that
I'm Kim Kardashian.
I mean, like, do you know what I mean?
Just because you post and like show people your life doesn't mean that you think you're better than people.
I never ever thought I was better than anyone. Well, actually, there's been a few people, but
cut to a clip of Ebony, episode 1. I am the sexiest goddess, better than every bitch.
No, obviously I'm better than some people. Of course, I'm not a murderer. I'm not a bad person. I am better than other people. Like, do you know what I mean? But I don't go about and be like, oh, I'm better than her, my hair's better than her, my face is nice. Never ever. I don't even think that in my head.
No,
like,
neither.
I just think it's genuinely jealous people that think like that.
Yeah.
But
I think there's so much jealousy on social media. Do you have the tendency to be jealous? Because I have never in my life had jealousy, like someone has something I want, I'm like, I want that now, like I'm gonna
so
aspire
I'll
to have
explain
that.
this actually, because quite a lot of people, when I had my old TikTok account, quite a lot of people, like younger girls, used to watch me, and they used to message me on Instagram and be like how are you so confident? And honestly, I used to be that girl that was jealous of everyone. I would hate another girl.
Oh, really?
I was so insecure about myself, hated myself. Like if I seen another girl, or my boyfriend at the time was speaking to another girl, even liked her picture, I wouldn't say anything, right? Because obviously that's stupid. I just don't fucking say anything. I would stalk them. I would want to become like what they were like. Like I was like, oh my god, like she's literally perfect. And see, and one of the, it's so funny, like, so one of the girls that obviously I didn't hate her, right, but I hated that she was stunning. Yeah. And then she came up on my Instagram, what's that called? Explore page. Yeah. Like a couple months ago, and then I was like, oh, I clicked on it, I didn't know it was her, and I was like, oh my god, that is so embarrassing. I used to actually compare myself to her. She's stunning. Don't know what the fuck I was seeing. Yeah, I think, and hated myself.
When
but
you
I'm
have
not
like low self-esteem, everyone seems 10 times better. When you actually have your worth, you notice no one's better.
But it was honestly just my first relationship. I was like that. I don't know if it was because that was like my very first relationship. He cheated on me like 2 weeks into the relationship. I took him back. There was loads of like different shit, like always cheating on me, always speaking to girls, had loads of girls on everything, and I had no boundaries because I didn't really know what it was like to be in a relationship. So I was just like completely and utterly like insecure, like so bad. And then when my recent ex cheated on me, I was not like that at all. I was like, ew, like all the girls you're getting with are actually ugly, like it's nothing to do with me. Like
there's her saying she doesn't judge people.
No, I don't judge people.
No, I know, but I do get it. I do think that you can hate on people, but I've never ever been jealous of people, and it's not me thinking I'm better. I'm like, if somebody's got what I want, I'll go and get it. Like I'll go and get what I want.
That's what I'm like now. But I don't know if
I've never hated somebody for having something.
Like I would never be like some of the girls that are like towards us, where they like comment on our stuff and say like horrible stuff. Like I would never have done that to that girl or any of the people.
Just secretly,
I'm just like, oh my god, like why can't I be like you? Should like. I was like really like, I did actually have a bum when I was younger, but she had like massive boobs, massive bum. She was stunning. She had brown hair, and obviously I had blonde hair, so I was like, why is he liking haired girls, brown eyes, like, and she was just like stunning, and I was like, no, like, I actually hate myself, like, why do I look like me?
Yeah, and you would like hyper focus on her when it wasn't her.
Yeah, that's just an example because I've seen her, but
that is like
people
that is
that.
honestly like word for word, like I know people that are going through that, and like, and that is word for word, like I think that is a genuine thing that people do.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing to be like that, but if you're being hateful towards other people, like if I met that girl, I'd obviously be nice. I'll actually tell you a story about someone this weekend there. So that I was in the bathroom toilets in a bar, and this girl was like, oh my god, Ebony, hi, blah blah blah. She was pure talking to me, and she was like, I follow you, and then she turned to her pals and she was like, oh, Ebony's TikTok famous, and I was like, I'm not. And her pal turned around and was like, TikTok's pure cringe, and looked me up and down.
What is it? Literally,
and then she was like, aye, but she's famous. I'm not, just to stay, and I do not think I'm famous. This is what the girl was saying, and she was like, that's so embarrassing. Like, I know. Babe,
I know.
What the actual fuck?
Do you want to know what I think? Right, so somebody said to my brother, they were like, does your sister not get embarrassed like by doing TikTok, right? And he was like, no, why would she get embarrassed? How can you be embarrassed over something that brings you so much, like, so much goodness? Like, me and you got brought together because of TikTok.
Literally.
Do you know what I mean?
Me and my boyfriend got together from TikTok.
Same, like, so much
all
goodness.
My money, my job, I wouldn't be able to open my new business, Kin's Closet, without having the money from
plug it
from having the money from doing social media. Like, I wouldn't be able to have that. I wouldn't be able to get sales if I didn't do social media. Like, everything in my life that's so good came from me doing social media.
Yeah. Do you think there's any negatives to social media?
Absolutely. There's I'm like, wait, there's so many.
For me, like, I don't get pressurised or anything, but I do feel like before I had TikTok, I was way more confident in my looks than when I now have TikTok.
Yes.
And it's just because everyone on TikTok seems to be so gorgeous. Like, all the girls I'm seeing on my For You page, I'm just like amazed by. I'm like, fuck me. Do you feel like editing your photos and all that? Do you feel pressure to edit your photos?
I feel like a lot of younger people do, like, compare themselves to people that edit their photos, so like I try and stay away from it, like, because it really, see if you put yourself in FaceApp and add all the filters
You're and you're like person.
I'm like, oh my god, I've seen so many people that look like that on my fucking like on my Instagram.
Like, I look at something and I know when they're using FaceApp because I use it.
One of my pals, who is my boyfriend's pal, he was talking about this girl that he said she was famous. She's not famous, she's just got a lot of followers, and like, he fancies her so much, right? And I was like, you do realise, like, she does not look like that in real life, like,
I know,
because you can tell straight away. I'm like, she is face tuned
I know
so much, right? And it's not a bad thing, but I'm like, she actually doesn't look like that though.
I know. Going back to like influencer events, right? Me and Ebony actually have a funny story from, like, we're talking about people that like think that they're high class and all that.
Oh yes.
So, tell the story about when you went to an event.
So basically, me and Kristen went to an event, and it was free drinks. It was a free bar, and I was like, I'll just have everything. I think there was like 7 or 8 drinks to pick from, which is quite large usually, like, because usually it's only like 4 or 5, or even sometimes 3. So I was like, oh, we'll just have 2 of each drink. So 8 a day, what's that, 16 drinks brought to the table, so we could have 1 of each, right? Which I don't know why I decided to do that, right? So we ordered them and they came, and obviously we were drunk before it, and we got really, really drunk, and then we ended up getting kicked out of the event, which is a bit embarrassing, obviously, right? But like, it's a free bar, what fuck were you expecting?
It is a free bar.
So we got chucked out, and then I ended up getting picked up. I was sick in the car and all that. It was an absolute riot. Kristen had fell and cut all her knees and all that. It was so bad. And then the next day, one of the influencers that was there had messaged in the group chat. Emma was in the group chat because she was supposed to come.
And I didn't know Ebony at the time.
Emma didn't know me, so she was supposed to come to the event, and then why did I not go? I think I had plans that day. I think I couldn't go that day. I think I was already doing something. Yeah, but you ended up going to the same event. No, not the same event, but the same.
But like later on,
One of the influencers that was there, that was sitting at our table, had messaged in the group chat and basically was like, "Yous are actually so embarrassing. I'm secondhand embarrassed. I don't even know this girl. It was the first time I'd met her, and she
was like one of these people that thought she was high class.
Yeah, right. And I was like, mate, it's a free bar. What the hell were you expecting? Keep in mind, she wasn't drinking because she had work or something, or she was doing something, I can't remember. But so she wasn't drinking, so she was sober, whereas I was not sober. I was speaking to every single person that was there. I don't even want to know what I was saying to them, and had so much photos with all these random people. And then Emma, what was it you even said?
I was just like, how's it embarrassing though? Like, it's not embarrassing. It's been like, it's a free bar. You're there to get drunk. Like,
yeah, Emma was pure sticking up.
I was
for
like,
me.
how is being drunk embarrassing? Like,
and then you text me and was like, by the way, do not listen to her. Nothing's embarrassing. Like, fucking get drunk and all that. And you were being so sad. And I literally never knew you.
No.
And then we didn't speak for like,
I know,
another 5-6 months after that, and then that's when we first met after.
But it was just like, I just hate people that when you're out and they're like, that is so embarrassing. My lash girl that was doing my lashes the other day literally was like, I've never met anyone like you. Like, I'm the same person. Like, I do not find it embarrassing. I don't wake up with a fear. How can you judge something like that was so embarrassing what you did?
Like,
drunk?
it's not you.
You're not in control. It's like, let it loose. You're there to have fun. Like, have some fun, lighten up. Like, I don't know why you're finding it so embarrassing that I'm having fun and you're not.
Like, it's nothing to do with you. Like, and the fact that I wasn't even pals with this girl, I didn't go with this girl, nothing. She was just sitting at the same table as me. She could have just walked away and went somewhere, because I was walking getting photos with people. So how is that affecting her in any way?
I know, it doesn't.
What, because you're do social media and people might see you, or what?
I know,
like,
she was literally irrelevant though.
She was, that's the thing, she was.
And
like,
they've got a funny story, like, that event was at Vega, and I've got a funny story about Vega. So again, free bars, they ruin you, right?
Literally.
So I was at Vega, it was a free bar, it was an event, and it might have been the Transmit launch event actually.
It was.
Yeah, and I was there, and there was all these people there, everyone there, and I got so drunk, I drank a Mad Dog before I went.
A Mad Dog?
I spanked a Mad Dog before I went in the door, and I thought I'd be fine. So then that was all good, drinking the free bar, and I was that steaming, right? So then we and Josh had already had a hotel booked, Easy Hotel, right? We had it booked, and a couple of the girls that were there were staying in hotel, right? And I thought we had booked hotel. So then Josh ended up booking hotel as well, because we were that drunk we forgot we had Easy Hotel.
Oh my god.
So then he booked it, whatever, and then he was in the other room with the girl, and I was steaming, I was lying, sleeping, whatever, because they all went out to the club, right? Because I was that drunk. They came back. When they walk in, Vega, I'm behind the reception. I'm behind the reception desk. I'm going like that, touching the thing. He's like, what are you doing? I was like, booking myself a room.
Fuck off.
I was like, I'm booking myself a room.
No. Where were they? Why was the receptionist not there?
I don't know. I was like, I'm booking myself a room.
No, why is that something I do? What the fuck?
And then like, what are you doing? And then I don't know what happened after that. I don't remember anything else. But then I woke up and I was in a room on my own, and I was like, what? And then I found a video of me being steaming, like, I didn't want to get a taxi home, I didn't want to pay a taxi home, so I had to buy a hotel room, which was
more money than a taxi.
And we'd already had a hotel room booked, and then I messaged Josh like, where are you? And then
so you had 3 hotels booked.
Yeah. And then I messaged Josh like, where are you? And he was like, oh, I'm in the next room. And I realised my ID wasn't in the back of my phone, and I'd never take it out, and I was like, oh no. And it was in one of the gift bags, like in my little gift bag, like with popcorn and all that. I was like, why the fuck was that ID in there? And I woke up, but like there's so many funny TikToks that I made that morning. I was like, I don't know where I am. But it was so funny. But I was like, when Josh told me, he was like, yeah, you were behind the reception desk.
That is so funny.
What? But yeah, I was like, I don't know, like now all these people have got that impression of a big waist.
Yeah.
But it was so funny. Like, it was so
honestly good. Though, like, I think like people are like, oh, you can't embarrass you, blah blah blah, because they care about other people. But see, if you just don't care.
That's what I was going to say. Like, I remember she said, she was like, oh, there's high class people at this event. It's so embarrassing. I was like, oh, you're saying that is embarrassing.
No,
like
who
unless you have
fuck?
like 10 million on TikTok, you're not famous. Like there's no point saying high class. Who's high class here?
What does that even? And most influencers are absolute riots. And it's
most
great.
People, most people don't care.
Like.
And the one thing I've noticed that I will never be a clean girl image. I don't give that off. I'm a riot. I'm a mess. Like people try to go, she thinks she's so cool, but she's a schemer. Yes, I know I'm a schemer. Literally, I've never tried to go. I know this. I've never tried to go. Get ready with me, do my skincare. Like I don't fucking use skincare. Like I'm not trying to be.
I remember you said that, and I was like, I remember I was talking to you, and I said, oh, something about something like skincare or something. You was like, I don't use skincare. I was like, what? What the fuck?
Literally though, I don't like. So I don't know why people are thinking, oh, like she thinks she's this. There was other people like, oh, when I went to my 2-week college course, when I like switched up my careers, people were like,
a 2-week college course that was supposed to be in the entire year, but she only went for 2 years, which she means.
Yeah, and they were like, oh, imagine thinking you're famous and you're at a college course. Why?
Shut up, is that what people were saying?
Why can't, like, say if I did have 20 million followers and I wanted to learn something, how else would I learn it?
Literally,
you'd have to go and learn it. So how does that even make sense?
But then there's people saying, oh,
you're in the fucking college course because you seen me there. So you're in it too?
So what's the but then there's the other people who are like, oh, she thinks she's famous, but then there's people like that's like, why are you in a college course? Like, what are you supposed to do?
What am I doing here? Like, oh, I remember when I went and done the TikTok lives, people were going, oh, your career's clearly went down how you're doing TikTok lives. Can I not make more money?
Yeah.
Like, are you just shallow-minded? Do you think one job is enough?
Yeah.
Like, I want all the jobs.
Literally,
if I could take on another 10, I would.
No, it's literally people. I feel like that is probably the worst negative of social media is the fact that people say shit. It doesn't matter what you do. And I'm also a really awkward person, so see when people like come up to me in the streets and stuff, or like I was working with my mum the other day, helping her, and I was walking and it was school lunchtime, which was such a bad idea, and people were pure scheming and all that, but they weren't saying hi. And then there's all these kids around about me, right? Well, they're not, like 17 something. Yeah. And I was just standing, like, I was walking and I was so awkward, and I get so awkward. Same. I feel like that's a negative as well. Yeah. I don't mind, like, if we're out and people are like, oh my God, hi. Someone even came up to me and was like, oh my God, you're the girl that does the podcast. And I was like,
yeah. I know you would, but you were like, oh my God.
I was so buzzing. I was like, Emma, someone's just said us from the podcast, nothing else. Not Instagram, not TikTok, nothing, just the podcast. I love that. I was like, what?
Yes. No, do you want to know what I will say, right? My worst thing, and I bet you'll agree, the worst thing, somebody come up to you and kid on, they don't know you, right? But like,
oh my God,
like,
it's or so
somebody,
cringe.
I was walking out the gym the other day and this girl went, oh my God, you're from TikTok, and our guy friend was there and he went, who the fuck is that?
I was so embarrassed. I was like why? Just don't say anything.
Just don't say anything. Like, why do you have to pretend? Like, even if you didn't know me, because I don't expect you to know me, but like, why are you being so
rude
forward that you don't know me? Like, who cares if you don't know me? I don't expect you to know me. Or like, there's this one girl in the pub, right? She came up to me and she was like, hi, but like, she was kidding on, she didn't know me, right? And she was going, what's your name? And I was like, Emma. And she was like, right, okay, do you want to get in a photo from my Snapchat? And I went, yeah, if you want. Like, but I knew, right? And she was like, woo, I'm the famous girl, woo, try to like be a bitch. Do you know what I mean?
What
she was going, the famous girl's in my Snapchat. I was like, I'm not famous. And she was like, yeah, but you are though. I was like, but you literally just
asked me what my name is.
And then she was like, oh my God. And then she came up after being rude, right? And then she came back and she was like, by the way, accept my accept my Snapchat request. I went, I don't really add people on Snapchat. She went, no, add me. I went, right, okay, because obviously like we were drunk, it was a bit awkward. I was like, yeah, I'll add you. And then the next day she was like, oh my God, babe, like, love you. And I was like, you literally were just being like so excited. She was going, ha, like, why? And then when I go out into Cumbernauld pubs to go, why are you in Cumbernauld pub?
Like, I fucking live here. like I actually live here.
Who do you think I am? Because I am literally a scheme bird. I am so embarrassed for you if you leave a hate comment. Like, I'm actually embarrassed.
Same, that's one. I've never ever left a hate comment on anyone's.
I see people.
Same, because see when you click on it and people you follow back and you can see their comments. Yeah. I remember I had an argument with one of my friends that I'm not friends with anymore because she was commenting horrible stuff on someone's account, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I've seen like comments like, all at the top, like this. I'm like, why are you not bothered?
Get actual off that. Like, there's no fucking
like, stop.
need.
Literally stop.
Like, I actually hate people like that.
I know.
Like, you're a fucking bitch.
I know. I hate it. I'm like, see if my friend, like, see if you or like Holly or someone like Louisa or anything, if I went on a girl's like page and I seen going, oh my god, ran to the comments to see what people were saying, I'd be like, message you, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? I'd be like, what are you actually doing? I'm like, that is so embarrassing for you, like, delete that, because if anyone sees that you're doing that, it's really embarrassing.
That is like
how can you care that much about somebody?
Yeah, like, that is fucking weird, especially at this age.
I know, at this
so
big age.
Wait till you see this comment. So I posted a video, right, and girls, you'll know, right, when you lie down your boobs fall to the side. Do you guys do that? Right, honestly, so I have no boobies, right, but when I lie down, I have no boobies when I lie down, like literally none. So I was lying down, I had a wee like vest jammy top on, and my cat was just like lying on my belly, and I was taking a TikTok. I was making a TikTok, and no one had commented on it. I literally only got like 3k views, right, because it was just like me lip syncing to a fucking song, right, and I had no makeup. It was literally in my bed. I don't even know why I posted it. And this 28-year-old guy commented on it saying, "Mere tits on that cat." That was the only comment on the thing, right? And I was like, what the fuck? Mere tits on that cat. He actually spelled it like mere tits on that cat. And I was like, what the actual fuck? This is bullying. I feel violated. And then I was looking up surgeons to get a boob job. No, I'm getting on, but I seen a girl that got a boob job, and I was like, maybe I should get that, man.
Don't.
Because some mad 20-year-old Jamie, I think his name was.
Don't get a boob job.
No,
I'm
not.
your boobs.
I'm not getting a boob job.
Give them to me.
I was like, what the actual fuck?
I know. Honestly.
Like, I know I have no boobs. Why are you
I think my main comments are like embarrassing, scheme barge. Like, my reason I got followers is because at the very start of my TikTok account, I acted like a scheme barge so I could get But I used to be like, I love Scottish Neds, I love, because it used to do well. Like,
but you weren't expecting to do social media. That was like a...
Exactly, so people like... And if I was embarrassed about it, I would have went and deleted them. But I'm not embarrassed, because that is just where I'm from. Like... How's that embarrassing?
And they're still up.
I know, like everyone from my bit that like I used to hang about with, like it is a pit. You can't get out of it. I got out of it, and they're all fucking slagging me.
Got out of what?
Like being in the pit, having no job, doing fuck all, drinking every day,
and then you get literally slaughtered for doing something different.
I know.
Like, it's not fucking... I met any fake influencers, like people you've actually like followed, or people that followed you back or anything?
Yeah, so I met this guy, right? And he has a big presence, right, on social media. But before, we were kind of like matched followers. So I feel like there was always a bit of back and forth. And I met him. We were all at this big meetup thing, meeting everyone on social media. And he walks over, and this guy at the time, I had a vlog going, like we vlogged it all. And I had the vlog camera. I was taking over a wee vlog clip. And I walked up to him and I was like, oh, hi. Like, because we followed each other. We'd spoke before. Yeah. And I went, hi, do you want to be in the vlog? And he walked away, right? And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? So then his friend comes over and goes like that. He doesn't want to be like his character all the time. He doesn't need to be in a vlog. Let him be, and you let him enjoy his night. And walked away. And I was like, who the fuck are you? Like what?
He got invited here because...
I know, like, I was like, what? I was like... That is so weird. Like, that is so weird, right? So I was so gobsmacked by that encounter. So that was the first impression that I had of them. Second impression, I met them in a bar, and they were like, hi. And I went, hi. And I like walked over to the queue to like kind of skip the queue with them, because like they were like, I'd spoke to them all over social media. They were like my friend almost, I thought. And they went, stop skipping the queue.
What?
Shouted it. So everyone in the queue knew that I was trying to skip. And I get I shouldn't have been skipping the queue, but what are you doing?
What
like,
the fuck?
They were trying to embarrass me, I feel like. They were trying to go, stop skipping the queue. So everyone knew.
What the fuck? That is so bizarre.
And I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh. So I went to the back of the queue, right? And then that was the second encounter. Then the third encounter, they had messaged me on Snapchat, sent me on my YouTube channel, and were like, I'm going to make a YouTube channel, I'm going to overtake you. And I was like, what is going on with you? Is there some sort of like I don't know what was going on. And I was like,
Rivalry.
Rivalry, yeah. I was like, what is going on? And then the 4th time I met them, I was like, they were kind of nice to me, like they were okay. And I said to them, like, and we were all out, right? And I turned around and I was like, I didn't like you when we first met. Like, why are you being so nice to me? Like, you weren't nice to me these other times. And they were like, what? Like, I really like you. And I was like, but you don't really like me because you've been weird with me every other time.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, I actually really do like you. Like, you're so sound. Like, I'm really having a good night with you, because we were all out and they just walked up. And I was like, this is so weird, because I was telling everyone that I didn't like this person, like, because they were so different in real life to what they portray online. And he was like, no, maybe the first time I was just anxious, like I had anxiety, like, and I didn't want to like come in the vlog.
But why would they shout out?
No, this was the vlog one. So
okay.
I was like, okay, fair. And then the second time they were like, I can't believe I've done that, I must have been drunk. And then they were like, I swear to God, that is not me. Like, I am not like that at all. And then I spent the full night with them. They were so nice. And I was like, I actually really like them. And now, like, I want to get them on the pod and we can talk. Oh my God. So, yeah, so I feel like we should get them on the pod maybe one day and like talk about our rivalry. But yeah, like, it was honestly, like, they're so signed now. Like, I actually really do like them. I just think that full encounter made me think, what the fuck, like, why did I think this person was so different online to what they are in real life? But they are the same. It was just these times that we met, which I always hate, because I always think, what if someone meets me, but I'm never on a bad day. I have bad days, but I will never ever be rude to somebody if I'm having a bad day. If somebody comes up to me and I'm like, oh, fucking can't be arsed, I'll be like, hi, like, I would never be bad. Because
same.
I don't want anyone's only impression of me to be bad. And I feel like everyone from when I'm younger that has met me a one-off time or a two-off time, when I was like 15, 16, scheme, burned, tramp, I literally was not a nice person compared to what I am now. So people that have met me back then think I'm horrible, and they're like probably watching me like, I hate her, like, she was a horrible bitch, why is she like on social media, everyone thinks she's nice, and probably think I'm a bitch, but I'm not.
See, the thing is though, if you met me like years ago or whatever, that me's dead.
Like, she's not me.
She, like, I've evolved. She's gone. You don't know me anymore.
Yeah, because the person, like, that night that we went out and everyone argued, that if that was their first impression of you, they would have thought you were a bitch. But then if you actually like go out and like talk to you, then it wouldn't be. I always think, like, when I think about things now, I think this first impression of me could be their last impression. I could never meet them again, and this is what they're going to go off for the rest of their life. So that's why I'm always nice to people that we meet on nights out. I'm always nice to everyone, because unless they're a cunt, right, then I'm a fucking horrible bitch, because I can be disgustingly horrible. But like, I don't like the thought that people from when I'm younger, when I was like 16, 17, I was hanging about with girls that weren't that nice, and they were like, it was my fault too, because I was being like bitchy, but I was a bitch back in the day. So anyone that knows me back then, they probably look at me now like, she's a fucking bitch. See, I'm not a bitch. I'm so nice. Like, I'm actually a nice person.
I've went the opposite. So I used to be really quiet.
Yeah.
And then like I started hanging out with the wrong people. I was a wee bit loud, but I was never nasty or that. Yeah. Now I'd say I'm a bitch.
So yours went the opposite way.
I've just done with people. Even like what Emma just said about like she always wants to have a good impression. I don't care. See, if you meet me and you don't like me, good for fucking you.
I don't care if people meet me and don't like me, but I wouldn't give them a reason not to like me, because why would I if I don't know them?
I'm always nice though, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm never not nice, but if you're catching me in a bad position, I'm not ever going to tell you to fuck off. Like, but I just don't care. But I would say I'm more bitchy now than... Not bitchy, like an actual bitch.
So talking about like fake influencers, have you ever met anyone weird or fake?
I've got a juicy. So I was in a nightclub and I can't even remember what actually happened. I was actually steaming, but this guy came up to me and was like, I can't remember what he actually said, like how he started having a conversation with me, but he started talking to me, and then he was like, do you know who I am? And I was like, no, like I genuinely didn't know this person. Like I'd never seen him in the nightclubs, I'd never seen him on social media. I didn't know. I thought he could have been a fucking footballer fan. I never knew anything about him, right? Didn't even know his name, nothing. So I was like, no. And then he was like, how do you not know who I am? Because I don't. Like, I actually don't know who you are. Like, I wasn't trying to be nasty, but he was like right in my face. He was like, hold on, I'll show you. I was like, right, okay. So he pulled out his phone and he tried to search himself up or show me his account or whatever on TikTok, and it wasn't loading because the nightclub's underground. Yeah, he was like, I'm Ryan, and his surname obviously, and I was like, I'm so sorry, like I have no idea who you
Because
are.
you're thinking, are you this big famous person?
But he knew who I was, right? Which was weirder because like he's like, do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? And I was like, no, like, but he knew who I was. Like, just fucking say you know who I am. And he was like, yeah, you're friends with Emma Cassidy. Like, how do you know that? Okay. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, I can't actually remember the conversation. I'm going to take snippets out of the conversation which I can remember. But he was like, me and her used to date, or was it we used to speak?
No, he said that like.
Wait, this is what happened. He went, I don't like you. You must be two-faced then. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, because Emma's two-faced, your defo's two-faced. I was like, what the fuck? Why is this conversation? It was obviously raging the fact that I didn't know who he was. Yeah. And he's took it out on me.
I turned around and said, I don't like you. You're like, yeah, I don't even know.
I was like, how are you doing? Like, what the fuck? And then I was like, I can't even, what did I tell you? This was like literally a year and a half ago.
You said that he's like, I don't like you, you must be two-faced. He was like, Emma blocked me when
no, he said that you used to speak or you used to date or something, and you blocked him because
I went out with Kieran.
You picked Kieran instead or something. It was something so like that. It was just pure weird. The whole, and then my phone went missing, and I actually walked up to him and went, "Give my phone." I thought he was like stealing my phone.
No, I will tell you guys, this guy, right? He was like, he fancied me, whatever. He talked to me a little bit. He sent me all these gifts on thingy, and then like we met up a few times, made some content. It was fine, and then. Like, obviously he liked me. Now, like I said in the last episode, I lead people on when I'm single. I'm a bitch. I do, right?
It's so not even that though as well. Like, even just your existence had been nice to guys. They think that you're interested.
Yeah. So it wasn't leading on. Like, he asked me out and I said no. Yeah. So that wasn't leading him on. I wasn't like, yeah, maybe. Like, I was like, no, don't want to go out with you. And there's so many times I've met him that, like, one time, a really funny story. So this guy, basically... phoned me. I was getting drunk and he said, come get me. So I said, meet me at the school. I then forgot about him and didn't go to the school. I was that drunk. 2 hours later I went, shit, I was meant to go to the school. I phoned them. I went, hey, I'm so sorry, I actually forgot to get you. He went, I'm still here. No.
He didn't wait 2
He waited 2 hours in the rain.
That's
to get me. But like,
kidding on.
Why did you not go home?
That is mental.
It was pitch black. It was like 10:30 at night. I was like, why did you wait there? See, the first like 20 minutes when I didn't turn up, message me. He didn't even message me. He was just waiting. He was just waiting there. Didn't even phone me.
2 hours.
He was just going, like, you just waiting
what
there.
The fuck?
Like, and I was like, what
also, I've just want to say this about it as well, the situation. I had no idea that you had ever, like, were even pals with this guy or nothing. So I texted Emma the next day and I was like, do you know this guy called blah blah blah? Like, he said you were together and you left him for Kieran or something. Aye, that's what it was. Yeah. You left him for Kieran and all this like gibberish, and he said that you're two-faced and that you've blocked him and I must be two-faced and he doesn't like me because I'm pals with you, and she was like, what the fuck, and basically told me that
I knew who it was straight away. But like, there's so many things, like there's so many times like he tried to walk me home and all that, and then my wee sister was like, fuck off, away from the door, and he was trying to come in my house and my wee sister was like, fuck off, because I was clearly blackout drunk, and he was trying to go, I'll come in and look after him. My sister was like, get to fuck. She hates him because she was like, he was so weird. Like, he was
that night was weird. Plus he was there with a girl I know and all her pals, like just him floating about.
The reason I blocked him, like I literally blocked him because I was going out with Kieran and he was like still trying to like thingy, like probably message me or something, and I was like, get him, and then blocked him.
It also caused his thingy wouldn't come up, his profile. He was like, yeah, my name's Ryan, I've got 400k. I was like that doesn't help me. I still don't know you. I know. But he was like really boasting about it, and then
and the funniest thing is he's literally in a group chat, right, with these 4 guys,
you were telling
and
me
they
this.
all make the same video and post it. Like, so their idea, if it blows up, then the other 4 will make it. So it's not even original content. They steal people's ideas. They send in ideas and they all make the same content. So the reason he's got followers is because he steals content. So it's not even original.
Honestly, it was so funny. Like, the fact that he was like, I don't like it, and he was boasting about his followers and all that. Like,
I know.
No one cares, but see, if you could go back, would you never do social media? Or do you think it's been like added extra thing with your life? Like,
it's so good. I would not go back and take it all back, because it literally, social media changed my life.
Same. It sounds so crazy, but it literally did.
I know, because when I started my social media, I was going through the worst time with like everything that went on with my ex, And I started it back then, and then it pure distracted me.
Yeah.
Like, made my life, and then everything was good coming from it. I was meeting new people, and everyone that I hung about with at the time when I started social media was needy, wasn't really like that good. Like, it was just a pure rut of being on it all the time.
Yeah, and if you didn't start social media,
I was just taking stuff every weekend, drinking, just going out, doing the same shit over and over. And then I met Kieran, and I was like, I don't think I'm like classy enough for him. And then I met like new friends, and I just completely left them behind. Not because I was like, because these fucking guys, oh, would you just drop your fucking friends? No, shut up. Like, have you seen the fucking comments?
No.
Like, on that clip, guys are like, oh, so you would just drop your guy best friend if you got a boyfriend?
Yeah, I did see that. Like, of course I fucking would.
So, because I went out with Kieran, the only people I was hanging out with at the time were guys, obviously apart from my staple friends like fucking Ben, Holly, Samantha and all that. I still had all them, but I was hanging out with Jakes, literal Jakes.
Same.
And
like,
you know what,
if
you're watching, yeah, you are a Jake. Kid them. I was a Jake too, and I still am. I literally am just a false Jake. But yeah, like, I'm just a Jake in disguise, living a bougie lifestyle. I mean, Jake and a
jacuzzi.
A Jake and a Ferrari.
And a Jaguar.
Yeah.
A Jake and a Jaguar.
A Jake and a Jag. That's what I am.
Yes. Love that. No, I'm actually the same. Like, so when I first started social media, it was 2020. It was in lockdown. I was just doing it for fun. I just broke up with my boyfriend that I went with for 3 years. I was so depressed. But I always wanted to get into modelling when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I remember like mentioning it to him. I was like, I want to move, like, travel the world or move like to a hot country. This place isn't for me. Like, I don't really make friends easy. Like, I was quite quiet and stuff, and it was just like my life was just shit. I was so depressed, and I didn't realise it was him, right? But anyways, so he ended up leaving, and I started getting this, like, I don't know, some sort of confidence, and I wasn't comparing myself to anyone. I was just so confident and stuff, so I was like, do you know what, I'm just start TikTok, like, do it. So I started doing TikTok, and like, just for fun, right? And I think my first video got like 300 views, and I was like, oh my god, yes. And then I made a video. It's the Chanel sound, and it's like Chanel number 1, Chanel number 2. I made that, and it got like 80k, right? And I was like, oh my god. And my sister was going, you're famous. And I was like, shut the fuck up, like, no. And then I literally got to 52k in the space of like 3-4 weeks, and I was like, what the fuck? Then I met my ex, and I was like, do you want to make a joint TikTok? He had no followers. He had 300 on Instagram, like absolutely no followers. And I was like, let's start. I already had 10k on Insta. Don't know how I got there. I had just been posting that in full lockdown, and then I started that. My mental health literally cleared, literally cleared, and I honestly wouldn't change it for the world. Like, I literally love it. And then obviously I lost all my old accounts, and now I'm stuck with my...
What's the best thing would you say has came for your social media?
Confidence, money, helping other people. A lot of girls messaged me about on Instagram about their relationships and stuff, and mental health and stuff. My mental health, like, I don't... literally everything that's good with me now.
I would say mine is money, my boyfriend, obviously your boyfriend, and...
Yeah, I got friends. My boyfriends, obviously my friends, you.
Yeah.
Literally, all my friends, like everyone I've been friends with in the last like 3-4 years.
Same.
Not 3-4 years, I'm not even doing social media that long. Like 3 years, like I've met through social media.
Same.
Even
like
if they don't do social media.
Matthew,
literally
Josh,
everyone is on social media. It's just so good. Like, obviously there is bad parts, but that's with every job.
Do you think the good outweighs the bad?
Definitely.
Same.
Like, I don't even care about all the bad anymore.
No,
like,
I don't think there is any bad. What is the biggest brand deal you've ever turned down? I know what mine is. 3k. And do you want to know why? Because it was a fucking dating app, and they wanted me to go on the dating app.
Oh god.
It was like a video chat dating app. They're like, go on the video dating app, like, be like, yeah, come find me. But I went out with Kieran, and I was going, Kieran, please let me do it. He was going, no, because then, like,
I would have done it for the money.
I know. He was like, nah, like, I don't really want
like,
you to do it.
Like, you just have to promote an app. Like,
I know,
it's not,
but
like something you're like I'm in love with.
I know, but they were like saying basically I was to be like, come find me, boys, like, type of thing,
right,
like, come download the app, like, come find me,
so
and like, you can flirt with me, and like, and I was like, but I'm in a relationship. They were just saying, like, don't say that you're in a relationship, like, in the video. And I was like, no, like, because if Kieran was like, come find me, girls, I'd like, fuck off, fuck your 3k.
Yeah.
Then I wouldn't. I'd probably like,
obviously
get
they
the bag.
wouldn't find you though, because you
because it's like a video call, like they would download
yeah, but
it.
why would they want someone to, this is what I don't understand, why would they want someone to promote their app when they don't fucking use it? Like, they're not going to use it
so that's the one that I turned down.
Like, promote shit that you actually are going to use and shit.
But I've turned down other ones that are like,
I actually can't. I do have one. So I actually got the product sent out to me, but I hadn't been paid yet.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the name of the company. This was like a year ago, 2 years ago, and it was dieting juice, which I was completely fine with, right? Because I was like, yeah, like I go to the gym, like I do.
What's the name of it?
I know, I actually can't remember, right? And they were like, I want to send you this out, and then you need to like do the journey. So they wanted 3 Instagram posts, but they were telling me what to wear, and then I had to suck in my stomach and all this.
Yeah, so
I told you this.
Yeah.
And I was like, am I fuck lying?
Yeah.
Especially as we were talking earlier, there's girls that compare yourself. Like, if I was going to do that, and then people might think that like this works, they're going to buy it, and then they're going to be like, wait, that's not work.
Yeah, why am I not
like that?
Like
bitch, it doesn't fucking work. Like, they've made me lie, and I'm not doing that. Doesn't matter how much you're going to pay me.
There was another one, right, that was a fashion brand, right? I would say their name, but I don't.
I remember you telling me this as well.
And they sent me like the clothes, and they kept sending me it, and they were okay, right? And I did a couple. There was leggings and a wee jumper. I did it, right, because it was good clothes. And then they were like, oh, here's another item. They were like, you're getting £400 a month, right? So at that time I thought, yes, like £400 a month. I had like 30k. I was like, this is fucking banging. So like, post it just now and then we'll transfer you, but they never transferred me. And I was like, right, what the fuck? So I was like, what the hell? And then after, they were like, right, okay, we'll pay you. So they paid me £100 for one of my posts, and I was like, right, cool, that is so good, because at the time I only had 30k. I was like, this is so good, this is so good. And then they were like, okay, promote this, and they sent me another item of clothing, and I looked on their thing, and it was like £45 the leggings, right? And they were pretty shit, like they weren't good. Like I thought these were going to be like £15 or something. I was like, okay, they're fine, like, because they were decent, but they weren't £45 worth. And I said, I'm not doing that. And then I found all their stuff on like Wish, right?
No.
Yeah, I found all their stuff on Wish, and I said, listen, they're going for £3 on Wish. I'm no promoting £45 leggings to my followers. Like, I'm not doing it. And they were like, I was like, I would do it if they were like a tenner, because they're worth a tenner, like they are decent, but no. And they were like, well, blah, 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 you're arguing with me and all that. And I was like, I'm literally not doing it. Like, that is shit. They're like, well, we can price our items how we want. And I was like, well, you do that, but I'm not promoting it.
See, honestly, I feel like I do get that, because like some collabs I've been, like that hotel sit show. So me and Emma, the day I passed my test, or the day after I passed my driving test, this was in January, we were going to Edinburgh. I was like, Emma, I'll drive us. Don't know why I done that, but actually the drive wasn't bad. Straight motorways all the way there to be honest. So we drove there. So basically I got gifted a hotel, and Emma got gifted a brunch. So we just ended up, I was like, you come to the hotel with me, I'll come to the brunch with you. It works out great. I don't even know how we managed it. It was in Edinburgh as well. We're not even from there. It was the same weekend. So good. So we end up like, all I had to do for the hotel was basically jump on the bed for 8 straight minutes, no cuts, right?
And I said to Ebony, I went, this is somebody with a jumping fetish.
But I was like, right, so anyways, then they sent me the brief when I got there, and it was like 8 minutes.
You have to film this within the first half an hour when you get in.
Yeah, and like, what else was it they said? Raid the mini fridge. There was no fucking mini fridge to raid.
They were like,
all these
show us the angles as a teaser clip first.
Show us, and then show us
what you're wearing and all that. And we were like,
pool. Pool, and use at the pool, what, in bikinis? No thanks. So it just ended up being really creepy, so I was like, fuck this, I'm not.
And the guy was being forceful, because when
he kept calling me.
Yeah, when we got there, we were like, we're starving, we need to go for dinner.
Yeah,
he was like,
I was literally driving, we were so stressed.
And he was like, you're not going for dinner, you need to film this first. It's in the brief. We went, you never told us the brief until we got here, which is in a sense our fault. No, because he did send it, but then he sent another one.
Yes, he sent all it was 30 seconds to a minute jumping on the bed. I was like, sound, that was it. And then it was like a full brief he sent us, and I was like, what the fuck?
No cuts, we had to jump around and giggle. I was like, this is a fetish.
Like, this was weird. And then it was so weird, because it wasn't even like to promote the actual hotel. It was just a guy that he said pick a hotel, and I picked the hotel. So it was really weird.
That is weird.
Yeah, right, but it was like a proper business page. They were doing like an ad thing for their Instagram or something. Fuck knows. Anyways, it was so weird. It was really weird. So I was like, we're not doing it. Like, let's just not do it. So we ended up having our content day, content night. All their videos are on YouTube that day, guys, if you want to see it. It's a vlog in Edinburgh. And then we went to the thing, and they kept calling us.
We were like, we're not doing it, you're weird.
The next day he was still calling, and then he was like, I'm taking you to court.
We were like, take us to court.
And
like,
I was like, good, take me
I
to
will
court.
fight this because...
Yeah, I literally
it
blocked
was
him and
weird.
everything. Then he followed you. He had no idea where
then
you
he
were.
commented on my video.
That's what it was, saying that
We stole it.
we stole a hotel room. Like, no, we didn't. You gifted it, you paid it, you put it in my name.
He literally was like, show me clips of you jumping on the bed.
All angles.
Every angle.
Jumping together and not together.
Giggle.
And wear PJs.
See-through ones.
No, he didn't say see-through ones.
He said, wear see-through.
Just thongs and no bras. So we were jumping on the bed with our boobs and thongs for 8 solid minutes. And they gave us 2 double beds so we could have a bed each to jump on, which
We
was
had
even
to jump
cheaper.
back and forth, boobs out.
Yeah, and they were swinging. Well, Emma's was obviously having the tits. Right. It was proper creepy, and then he's never took me to court, which is great.
I know he was commenting on my videos, you stole the hotel. No, we never. And then he was like, you better fucking pay me back. I was like, literally will. Like, you are a fucking weirdo.
I'm not paying anyone.
We had to go down to the receptionist and be like, by the way, see if a guy comes and asks for a room key, don't
I
pay him
don't,
it.
but it was from somewhere else. He wasn't
America
from,
or something, wasn't it?
America. Not even Scotland. It was so weird. I don't even know why I trusted it, but I
know.
did. We got free hotel and
know.
the content
It was
day, so it was
so
fine.
good.
And then we went for that lunch and it was great. So yeah.
Yeah. So that was that. And that was that. Okay, so that
is
our episode. We did dig a little deeper this one. I feel like we weren't causing as much chaos.
No,
but
we
trust me,
weren't.
next episode we
it's so
could maybe have a guest. If not, just know that they weren't available
Yes.
for that day. But we are trying to get a guest on for next ep, and it's going to be a juicy
It's going to be so
one.
good.
Yeah, I'm buzzing to hear the stories.
Oh, I'm actually quite scared though because I've got stories too.
We have got juicy stories for the next one.
So that is the end of our episode.
We'll see you all
Into